recently made a video talking about Garrick Merrifield's recent arrest. He was arrested Monday afternoon around 4 p.m. and at the time of my last video, all I knew was he had been arrested for a misdemeanor count of obstructing a phone call, and I have now learned from TMZ that he was also hit with a misdemeanor charge for DV. So this may definitely impact him being on the show in the future. I wonder if TLC is going to continue to film with them and cover this in the next season of Seeking Sister Wife, or if they're just going to put the axe to them altogether. I tried to reach out to the police department to obtain more information on Garrick's arrest, and they hit me with the, oh, this is an ongoing investigation, so we can't release any more details. But somehow, some way, TMZ was able to obtain the arrest warrant, and according to the affidavit for the arrest warrant, it reveals that Lorraine and Garrick got in this big heated argument, and she got really upset and she wanted to call her family in Brazil. He ends up snatching her phone from her, took her phone, and she starts panicking, and she said that she wanted to call the police. Here's the thing though, Lorraine didn't even know how to call the police as she wanted to. She had no idea that 911 calls the police. So she had to get on her phone, get on the internet, and search how do you call 911 in America. And she believes that somehow Garrick was able to find out about her Google search, because next thing you know, the internet was disconnected. She said she suddenly realized that he had deactivated the Wi-Fi on all of her devices, essentially cutting off all means of communication for her. I can't imagine how terrifying that had to be for her, that not only can she not contact the police, but she can't contact the family. She doesn't have a phone, she doesn't have internet, and she's stranded in the middle of nowhere. So it's not like she can just like run out the door and run to neighbors next door. Like, the nearest neighbor is probably acres away. The police ended up showing up, and she did not want Garrick to be arrested for anything, but the police ended up arresting him on DV according to the affidavit. And Garrick and Lorraine, they just got married in October 2024, and they just had a daughter 4 months ago, and they're already having these type of issues. And that's why I say you really got to take your time when it comes to getting to know someone and jumping the gun with them, because I really feel like Garrick rushes to marry these women because he wants to get these women stuck before they really get an idea of who he really is as a person. Oh, I don't think I mentioned the icing on the cake either. While they're arguing, after Garrick took her phone and she was trying to get her phone back and she threatened to call police, he told her that he was gonna call ICE on her, and she got terrified, and she said she really doesn't know how immigration in the United States works, and she thought that really if she wasn't acting right, he could just call ICE and they can just pop up and take her and make her and her daughter leave the country immediately. I think he wants to isolate her and brainwash her, kind of like some cult leaders do. And he doesn't want her to be able to call her family and get any help or education, that he can't just call ICE up on her, because she's legally right now in the United States legally, because she has a visa, not a permanent visa yet. But with this DV case, she could potentially apply for permanent citizenship without Garrick now. If you do have a DV case, I don't know if she's actually going to show up to court and testify against him or not. I'm just so curious where everybody is now, because it's Danielle, Garrick, and Lorraine that were living in that house, and so is Danielle's parents. Danielle's parents are on the deed, and so is Danielle and Garrick. And if Lorraine can go back to the house, I wonder if she's there or if she's in a hotel or somewhere else. And I wonder where Danielle is if Garrick's not allowed to go back to the house. Are they going to end up selling their house? What are they going to do moving forward if they don't get back together? I don't know. It's just such a messy situation, and there's just so many moving parts when it comes to all that. And they have been trying to sell their house for years as is. Their house has been on the market, and they haven't had any luck because they're trying to sell, I can't remember the exact amount, but they're wanting $1 or $2 million for their house. Danielle and Garrick are probably together, and Danielle's probably breaking down crying, saying, "Oh my God, what are we gonna do?" And Garrick's probably just saying, "Oh, we'll pray about it." And that's probably all the work he's probably gonna do. And he's probably gonna leave Danielle to pick up all the pieces of his mess and figure out what they need to do moving forward while he just sits back. I'm not gonna lie, I would be scared shitless if that was Garrick, knowing that there's literally a spotlight on me and knowing that I just got arrested and that I'm a popular polygamist. Like, he could always face additional charges for that too. I did not see Danielle mentioned in the arrest warrant, so maybe they have no idea about Danielle and her relation to Garrick and the fact that he is polygamist. But they didn't know before his arrest. I'm sure they know now, especially with like how much popularity his arrest has received. Like, it's been on TMZ, People Magazine, it's all over the place. I even saw it on TV on one of these freaking, I don't even know what it's called, but one of those news stations. I have a few minutes left in this video, so I just want to talk about them in the last episode real quick. We saw Lorraine, and she was panicking because it's 3 weeks after she just married Garrick. Everything's already moving so fast. And now she thinks she's pregnant because her period was late, and she took a pregnancy test with Danielle, and Danielle kind of had an attitude with her. Like, she was getting an attitude with Lorraine because Lorraine wasn't listening, but you got to remember, Lorraine does not know English, and I don't know, I could just tell that Danielle was annoyed at the possibility that Lorraine was pregnant, and then their suspicions were confirmed that Lorraine is indeed pregnant, and Lorraine just started breaking down crying. She seemed absolutely devastated. She just seemed shocked at how fast it was happening, and she did not seem like, even though they were likely having unprotected sex, that she was ready for that. And Garrick was out of town working on his grandma's house because she's trying to sell her house. So he wasn't there to learn the news, so I guess we're going to see it in the next episode. And Danielle's trying to act all calm and keep it together, but you can tell deep down inside she's kind of freaking out a bit, because here it just seems like Lorraine has just moved in and she's the side chick now. But that's it for this video, guys. Let me know what you guys think about everything in the comments below, and thank you guys so much for watching.